Hey, hello there. This is Bill Gunnz here again. I want to talk about Sunset Park. So this is True Brooklyn Stories. I want to talk about my beautiful Sunset Park that I grew up in the 60s, the 70s, 80s. So Sunset Park runs a perfect square from 41st Street, 5th Avenue, 44th Street, 5th Avenue, up to 7th Avenue, 44th Street, back down to 41st Street. The unique thing about the park is that it has side entrances on both sides of the park, both ends of the park, but also have middle entrances. Not only, the avenue, 6th Avenue, on both sides, the 6th Avenue, but also in the middle on 6th Avenue on both sides have middle entrances. And a unique thing about it, you can see the famous St. Michael's Church in Sunset Park. You can also see the New York skyline. It's a big fables, a lot of fables and a lot of legends that people have had their lives saved because they were so depressed and they were contemplating suicide. Yes, people back then used to go to the harbor and jump off the pier. But before they got there, they seen Sunset Park and decided if they went through Sunset Park and they seen that beautiful skyline and they seen this beautiful sunset, they changed their minds and they didn't commit suicide. That's how beautiful Sunset Park is, the view on Sunset Park. Especially back then, there was something about the sun that descended upon the park itself. It looked like a big orange, delicious orange. And no matter if it was winter or summer, it felt the same balminess. It wasn't too hot, just a warmth, a real pleasurable warmth. And so that was beautiful about Sunset Park. And they had the 60s had big marigolds that you couldn't walk on them because you get a fine. It's unique. It's beautiful big marigolds as you see it anywhere in the world. And then you have the flag. The flag is on the 41st Street side, in the middle part of the park. The flag is one of the biggest flags poles in any park in New York City. You could see that flag from any vantage point that you view it in New York. It was there because it was erected for the time of war. They rose the flag, letting people know that it was a time of war. That is the famous flagpole in Sunset Park, but it's a beautiful, very unique flagpole. Many people don't know that at one time, the famous baseball field that's there now used to be a pond. Yep, used to be a pond. People used to go there fishing, right in Sunset Park. In case you didn't know. Yes, you didn't know. Also, the beautiful Sunset Park is the best place to sleigh ride. There's two hills. Okay, one, you go from 6th Avenue to 5th Avenue, but they're divided by a little promenade. Two hills, and even a smaller, little tiny hill at the end. So you actually have three hills so you can sleigh ride. They're very steep, and the promenade itself gets filled with snow, and you could sleigh ride over there. Beautiful sleigh ride. And also, one time, the city wasn't so strict. People would build tree houses there. Yeah, tree house. I was walking as a kid, 8 years old, looked up a tree. Somebody called my name and they said, hey, Will. He used to call me Will. Come up to visit us. They had a tree house over there. Yep, tree house in the park. That was the most beautiful thing. Tree houses. He let them build it at Sunset Park. And then you have the other big attraction in Sunset Park. Is that used to be a place where they used to give famous concerts. Yeah. There's in the middle entrance, a little further around the middle entrance, there's the bathroom. The middle entrance is a big area, and these famous bands used to go there, set up a stage on the baseball field. It used to be a pond, but eventually became a baseball field. Set up a stage. Famous bands used to do cover songs for like the Rolling Stones, Jefferson Airplane. Very famous. Very famous. Little did you know that some of the most famous activists from the 60s, yes, used to do their famous speeches in Sunset Park. Yes. And they had bleachers there, and people used to gather all around. Okay? We're talking about famous activist group. Okay? So, we're also talking about the famous Sunset Park and about the uniqueness of it. One another unique parts of the park is that if you follow the promenade itself, it goes from, you can reach any angle. It runs around and through the park. You know, you could just go around. Many famous athletes used the promenade to train. Famous boxers, Juan Laporte, used to go there and do his morning jog. Yes, many famous boxers used to go there. Later on, they gave big street festivals, yes. Big parade, the famous Sunset Park Parade, which is more in modern days. You know, back in the old days, around Sunset Park, there was a beautiful cafeteria, but I won't get into that because that's another story. But like I said, Sunset Park had the most beautiful view in the city.